Now, today we are starting class 9th physics first chapter, that is motion. Motion means movement. A body is said to be in motion when its position changes with respect to time, surrounding and some reference point, some stationary point should be there. Before starting motion, we should be aware about some physical quantity in physics. So, some physical quantities. In the physics, many physical quantities are here like speed, distance, volume, force, mass, distance, displacement, etc. They can be measured direct or indirect measure. On the basis of their measurement, they are of two types. These are scalar quantities and second one is vector quantity. Scalar quantity which can be measured only by their magnitude, means only their numerical value is required and their unit is required and not other things. So they can be measured only by their magnitude. Scalar quantities measure with the help of magnitude. Example, distance, speed, mass, etc. On other hand, vector quantities are the quantity which requires magnitude along with direction also. So they require both the things, magnitude and direction. Example, displacement, acceleration, etc. So these are the basis of the physics for the first chapter, motion. We should be known about these two terms, what is scalar and what is vector. Scalar quantities which required only magnitude, vector quantities which required magnitude as well as direction also. Now, we will discuss it in elaborate method. So, motion, movement, a position of a body change with respect to some stationary object in surrounding. So, firstly we are seeing here elements of motion. The first element of motion is distance. I am taking here one example. This is a straight line path. One object is here which starts its journey from point A. It covers the distance of 40 kilometers. Then take rest. Then again it reaches to the next point, that is C point, and it covers the distance of 100 kilometers. Then again it turns back and it stops its journey at the point B. Okay. Now, what is the distance? So here we will find the distance is A to B 40, or we can write directly A to C 100 kilometers plus turn back C to B, that is 60 kilometers. So its distance is 160 kilometers completely. So what the definition we can derive from here? the total path which is covered, or we can write the actual path of an object which is covered during its travel. Okay, it is the actual path of an object. It is known as distance. So only we required numerical value. It's a unit also. So magnitude is sufficient to measure the distance. So it is a scalar quantity. Okay, and we have written also there distance is a scalar quantity because it requires only magnitude. Now, second is displacement. Same example I am taking. What we will see, total distance which is covered by this object is 150 kilometer. But when we are seeing what is the displacement, so what is the difference between distance and displacement? They are looking same. Actually, the difference is that displacement is the difference between its final position or its initial position. Now see what is its final position. This car stops here only. Okay, point B. And its initial position is point A. So now see what is the difference? Final position minus initial position. So see what is the final position? It is 40, initial position 0. So 40 kilometer. And what is the direction? In which direction it is? It is in AB direction. So in the displacement, we have to mention direction also. Okay. So what is the displacement in the same example? The displacement is 40 kilometer in AB direction. So what is the displacement? Displacement is the difference between final position and initial position. While distance is the total journey, total traveled by an object. Okay. So in this sense, because here we required magnitude also, direction also, so it is a vector quantity. Is it clear? Now we will see more differences between distance and displacement. In this example, we can see that distance never be 0 or never be negative. But if this car stops not at B, again it stops at the A point. Starting point A, ending point A. So in this condition, displacement becomes 0. Okay, final position A, initial position A, so 0 minus 0, 0. So in this condition, displacement may be 0. So I will write here the displacement may be 0, but distance never be 0. Second, now we are taking the another example. There is a point. It starts journey from here, 5 kilometers. It reaches to A point. Okay. Then another 5 kilometers. It reaches to B point. Then another 10 kilometers. It reaches to C point. Then again come back to its original position, A point. Okay. This is an example of journey. Now, what is the distance in this? So we can find the distance. 5, 5, 10. Okay? 5, 5, 10. Okay? C point is the final point or not? C point is the final point? Okay, final point. So the distance is 5, 5, 10, 20 kilometers. only magnitude is required. But when we are taking displacement, so now it is the initial position, this is the final position. So what we have to find the value of this. What is the value of this? So we can make in this way 5 kilometers. So it will be also 5 kilometers. Okay. This distance is also 5 kilometers. Okay. So now 5 kilometers. This is the hypotenuse of this triangle. So find direction is OC. Okay. And then 5 square plus 5 square. This is the formula. So 5 root 2 kilometer. Please note this. 5 root 2. Okay. So in this question, again direction is required. So in the displacement, both the units direction as well as magnitude is required. Now, so these are some features. Distance may be a more than one value because it affected by the path of the journey, but displacement having only one value is never affected by the path of the journey. Okay. So displacement may be 0, may be negative, but distance will be always positive. So this is the very important topic, distance and displacement.